Yo, I want to talk about why YouTube is such a blessing in disguise. Um, it's one of those things that you look at and you can't believe how easy it is. YouTube is definitely a good side hustle. One of the reasons why I'm calling it a good side hustle is because you can willpower yourself to keep posting and helping people out to be able to learn things and just to learn from you, like learn a lot from you, whatever you trying to offer to better people's lives. And while you doing that, you able to grow your channel and make money and have a job or be able to go to school. One of the good things about just doing YouTube, period, having a full-time job, especially me, having a full-time job, going to work, getting up early, and then having a long day, and then when you find some like downtime, you able to pull your phone out and vlog or shoot something that's going to be very informative to people that want to be able to listen to whatever you're offering. And this is why I think it's definitely a blessing, because you able to interact with people and build a communication with them and a family base. Like whereas though you able to bounce ideas off of each other if you use in the comment section correctly. And also good positive or negative feedback. This is one of the things about YouTube I think is definitely one of those hidden gems that you can utilize for your own good. Especially if you're in school. If you're in school, I would advise that you talk a lot about your experiences in school, subjects that you can, take up, what career fields that you think is best to go in, especially for students. And students have a lot of energy, they have their experiences too, even though they're in their 20s and their late teens. You still have experiences that you able to put out to the world to let people know what college life is. If it's bad for you, if it's good, up and down. Me, I'm up in age, whereas though I went to college. So I had good experiences. I also was able to build friendships with some people. And I also know that certain careers that kind of started to fall off, they made me feel like I should have probably changed up. So that's, I don't want to make this whole thing about school, but I just want you to understand that when you basing anything on YouTube and around your schedule, YouTube is something that's very easy to be able to adapt into your lifestyle. All you just have to do is to stay consistent. Stay consistent. Continue to keep striving, just to keep shooting and coming up with new ideas. And be creative. It's not hard to be creative. If you having one of those weeks or days that you having a hard time being creative, take a breather. Take a breather. It's not a necessity. You don't have to. You don't have to do that at that moment or that day. Take a breather. But it also gets you to a point where so you start to get more comfortable shooting, talking to people, and interacting. And it also is able to be a mirror to you to see what it's like to be able to talk to a camera and to be vocal. This also is a good look to be able to look at yourself from the other side and be like, damn, this is what I did. Like, you able to see how you able to come across to other people. So when you see that, you able to know what things that you can actually work on, what things that you can grow in, be better at, coming up with different ideas. It's just all about being creative. And one of the areas today that a lot of people are lacking is creativity. You don't ever want to get to a point where you lose your creativity. So in order to not lose your creativity, you want to make a habit of doing something that you might not feel like doing, but you might start liking it more. It's one of those things where it's though, if you get something to try, you think you might not like it, and then eventually you start liking it. But the one thing that you don't want to fall victim to is falling off to the point where you stop it. This is why I say YouTube is a good measuring stick to show that how you can dedicate yourself to spending at least 20 to 30 minutes of doing something to give your experiences and to be able to have people that's able to relate to you, so you can also see that you actually are somebody that's going to be able to help people out here. So I just think that YouTube is definitely a place that I think you can pass a lot of information back and forth, no matter what. So whatever you choose to do, do it. Now, I want to talk about some of the subjects that I started off doing in YouTube. I did do a little bit of vlogging. I'm going to be real with you. That got boring to me. I can watch some vlogs depending what kind of mood I'm in. Like if I just have the TV on, I might watch somebody's vlog and forget that it's actually on because they're really not showing me anything. I'm just watching somebody just going about their day, but I'm not really wanting to do that. I'm not really watching it. So I can see why it got boring to me. It got boring because it felt repetitive. It felt like you're not doing nothing. You're just basically pulling your phone out and showing what you're actually doing. And to be honest, people don't care. I'm going to be real. Even when I watch my own video, I felt like to myself, damn, this is cringing. Like, I was like, I don't even care. That's when I was like, okay, if you watch some of the stuff that you do before you post it, you might end up having a different outlook of what you're doing, what kind of niche that you actually putting yourself into, and what's working for you and what's not working for you. And one thing I can say is boredom. If you bored of your own video, I'm pretty sure other people are pretty bored too. So I don't think you want to play that game of being bored. So I will advise that you find something that you have a little bit of a passion for, something that you can really teach people. But I think the days of just posting and you don't have even a brand behind you or a name to you, I'm not talking about your own personal name. Remember like this, when you see an actor on TV, you know who they are, you know what they playing, especially if you see the actor a lot. You're the same person, not the same person, but you're in the same predicament when you're posted. If you are the actor on your side, but nobody knows you, they're not going to tune in. And if they don't tune in, you're not going to see any views because you are basically put into a box in a category of being like a nobody. I'm just saying, you're basically a nobody till you grow into something. And I'm not saying look at yourself. You know, I don't want to play that game. You get what I'm saying. So I would say be repetitive, post, but also give a definition of what it's like to be able to be a good teacher. So people can walk away from your video and be like, yo, I'm going to subscribe or I'm going to tune in more to see what they talking about, because I really like what this person was talking about. I vibe with them. I love their energy. Their energy made me feel good about life. And that's another thing. You have channels where as though people are very, they motivational. And that motivation can sometimes get you up out of bed to be able to jump up, get your exercises in, or it make your day go good, because hearing that voice brings a joy and a gratification to make you feel like going forward. It's hard being motivational to some people, depending on who you are. Everybody don't have that motivational type of spirit. Some people can be downers. I don't know if that's who you are, but if you need that type of energy, then those are the type of channels that you go to. So if that's you, I will do videos. Sorry about that. I would do videos around motivational speeches or something that you can pass off to people to make them feel good about themselves and share your experiences. What's another niche? You seeing people doing cooking. Cooking, I'm not the best in cooking, but I could cook pretty good. So I do watch those channels, but I tend to watch channels like that normally around like the holiday time, when I'm trying to make up a dish, something that I'm not too sure about. That's your niche, do it. But I can say that you wanna test out the waters. You wanna test the waters out of some of the things that you actually want to do on YouTube. I'm gonna say that. Test it out. Play around with it. My advice, I would say test certain things out that you think might work for you. At least 2 weeks. I'm new at this. I'm finding that I'm getting good views, but I'm not up in the hundreds. But I'm starting to see. I had a video. Right now I'm at 63. I'm starting to notice something that I'm doing wrong. And one of the things that I noticed that I'm doing wrong is I picked it up today. And it's kind of crazy, but while I'm doing this video, I picked it up what I did wrong. I'm starting to notice that when you have a video with a lot of momentum, and my impressions were good, if I said that right, my click rate was pretty good. I went and posted a video right behind it the next day, and I noticed my views slowed down. I'm starting to think that if you have a video that has a lot of momentum, I'm thinking that you probably shouldn't post a couple days after you had that post. Because I realized that I was getting multiple views. I was getting damn near 5 views like every hour. And then all of a sudden it started going up more and more. And then it was crazy because once I hit, I think like 60, I literally hit 60. And I'm like, damn, I hit 60 views. Don't seem like a lot. But let's be real. There's 60-something people. And it was actually going to be more. And I know it was going to be more. Because the way it was going was actually at a fast rate towards the evening. I don't know how YouTube actually works. So it's a learning process. You start learning as time goes that if you have a video that's popping and it's steady moving, you probably should kind of let it go ahead and do its thing for at least a day or two. And I'm going to say at least 2 days because it was actually moving. And I probably should have waited. As soon as I put up a post, my next video, the video stops. And I got 2 more views. What's crazy is I'm starting to think that when the algorithm is promoting your video and you're getting clicks, I'm seeing the graph actually go up. And my graph was high for this video. And I'm starting to think that when you do that, you're supposed to just let your video rock out for a little bit. At least 2 days. And I was also looking up how the algorithm works, if I said that right. I'm talking quick sometimes. That's how I talk. I'm pretty hyper. But I'm starting to think, from what I learned from this person's channel, they said that if your video is doing good, you have to let it move. This is why you see certain channels. You'll see a video been up for at least 3 or 4 days. And you'll see that they have over 1 million or something views. Some on 500,000, some on about 300 and something thousand views. So I'm starting to learn. Because once the video went up, I'm going to be real with you. Within the first 5 minutes, I had 3 views. And all of a sudden, my retention rate was damn near 2 minutes or something. And I'm like, damn, my video's starting to move. Like you gotta remember, people's attention span is not that long. And as I noticed that, I was like, damn, And my brain, I was like, oh, I'm going to put another video up. It slowed it down. So I don't know, but I'm going to be real with you. This is 2 times I went through this. I am starting to think that when your video is rocking out and it's moving, you probably should not post behind that video unless you become... I noticed that if you're a way bigger channel, you're going to get recommended way more. But being a smaller channel, I don't think it quite works that way. And I can kind of see it. Even if you search yourself, like if you search what video you put out, say for instance, you got a video out and it's on, I want to change my mindset going into the next year. I would type that in. That's how I'm starting to do things now. I'm starting to type it in. I type it in. I see what comes up. Then I look at it and I look at other videos and I see what does it relay that message to? Like when I input that into the search engine to look up videos under the mindset changing, and I see what I see. And I noticed that some of these videos might be damn near 5, 6, 7 years old. So in my brain, I'm like, I might do a video similar, but I might not utilize that type of title. This is why I say YouTube is fun, but it's also tricky, but it's also it's also a nice side hustle to be able to learn and maneuver. Because as time goes along, I'm starting to notice that I'm starting to pick up certain habits and certain things that are actually working for me. What works for me might not work for you. I think it also depends on what you're talking about. And another thing, I am the type of person right now starting off. I don't think I ever want to do it. I don't know. You never know if I ever become real big on YouTube. You never know. You have to start small in order to become big. But I don't think I ever want to play around and be clickbaitable. I think my messages that I want to get across to people when they hit my channel, when they see my thumbnail, I want them to be able to see my thumbnail and be like, oh, okay, let me click on this. I think I can see what he's talking about. That way, it's not hard to find what you're looking for, because we all been there. You're looking for certain topics. You click on it, and now you lost for words. You feel like you wasted a minute of your time, and that minute sometimes make you frustrated because you're sitting there, and some videos start off as such a gravitating, like it make you gravitate to the video. Like you click on it and you be like, damn, yo, I'm really interested in what they talking about. So when you click on it, you on it, but then you realize you damn near 5, 6 minutes in, you like, damn, how about I get suckered into, like, in this video, like you really like 6, 7 minutes in and you like, damn, this is not what they talking about. This clickbait, it's out of hand. But at the same time, I get it. People want their watch time. But at the same time, you do end up going off of that channel and resulting to never, probably most likely never going back to that channel. So I don't want to come off that way. And anyone knows, when you want to come across people the right way, you don't want to deceive people. And that's one of the things I don't want to do. I don't want to deceive people. You know, it's late. I think I'm saying the right words. You know, when it get late sometimes, your brain start going a little off balance. So, but I don't want people to think that when you go to my channel I'm being fake. And I don't think that you will want to come off that way. So I think that's a good habit to, you know, have. Be relatable and be straightforward and be honest with people. You know, I can see if you can fabricate on certain stuff, but I don't know, depending on what you're doing. If you one of the channels that people are doing with kids, that's another thing. People doing channels with kids. Those are, I guess, good channels because my son tunes into those channels. And at first, I felt like those were like some real silly channels until I got into YouTube and realized it's nothing Nothing silly about those channels. They are money grabs, but it has to be entertaining, whereas though it's able to grab kids' interest to make them want to go back to that channel. Because believe me, my son, they keep going back to like 5 or 6 different channels over and over and over again, to the point I'm like, yo, you got to click off it. You got to take a break. But this is why I say it's endless opportunities when it comes to YouTube. And I feel as though it is definitely a good job to have for a side hustle. And when I say that, I'm talking about, imagine later on down the line of you being so consistent, and next thing you know, you get monetized. And now you getting revenue, ad shares, like you getting all type of deals. I'm just saying, this is not something that's far-fetched. You know, dedication on YouTube and consistency, and you talking about something and you giving people knowledge, is going to make you elevate higher, because people are going to be more likely to want to listen to you and tune into you and also subscribe to you, which is something that you want. But at the same time, you want people to also look at you as somebody that they can actually confide in and be like, yo, I like what he's talking about. His word is, valid. So I think that the end result to YouTube is you just starting to click and upload. And once you get there, you'll start to figure things out as time go. So as a small creator, hey man, we stick together and we come together and pass information back and forth. So good luck.